friend. Morning.
Hey, good morning.
Where are you from?
USA.
No, no problem. It's official city tour.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm a good pride, my friend. City touring American car. USA, American car in Cuba. 2 hours. The city tour, they relax, my friend. It's on the stove, and the walking picture, we drink mojito, smoking cigar. Relax in Cuba, no problem. In Havana is 2 million people de habitantes. 1 million police, 1 million civil. No problem, no mafia. Solo one mafia. Presidente.
Okay.
Lucky, Academia Militar, Castillo del Morro, Cristo La Habana, House de Che Guevara, Museo Antiaéreo, Capitolio, Chinatown. En Cuba is in the Chinatown. No Chinese people, solo Chinatown. Plaza de Revolución, Metrópoli Colón, Parque Lloreno, Malecón Habanero, Hotel Nacional, Bosque de La Habana, is number 1 mojito en Cuba. Afrodisíaco, son 2 horas de city looking here, the House de Che Guevara, Cristo La Habana, por Picho. Relax, my friend. My name is Juan Manuel, servicio de guía, tour guide. Cuba no progress. 2 horas y good price.
How much?
Look at the price. Primera oferta, no. Segunda oferta, 1 hora es 8 USD o euro, no. 2 horas, 80. En vez de 1 hora, no, 2 horas. 80. The relax, no problem. Si you look at the tradition picture in Cuba, is mojito, Coiba cigar. Dice smoking presidente en Cuba, Fidel Castro, de Coiba. De Coiba el number 1 cigar en Cuba. En vez de 1 hora, 80, no, 2 horas, 80 por United States. United States, my friend de Cuba ahora con Obama. Con Trump, no my friend de Cuba. Con Biden y Obama, el presidente de United States. Son 2 horas, my friend. 2 horas. En vez de 1 hora, no, 2 horas por my friend por United States.
Okay, so $80.
Yes.
Okay. I'm walking today, so maybe tomorrow.
No, today oferta especial, my friend. Por eso que tenemos today oferta especial.
Today I'm walking.
Sí,
today.
no, aquí es walking American car. Walking American car. No problem.
I like to walk, so come by tomorrow.
Yes.
And if we have the same
If
deal
you look at
tomorrow,
the cigar, good price cigar for you.
I don't
Today
smoke
dice de
cigars.
cooperativa. Pues, vaya, si lo hacemos ahora, te lo dejo en 60. 60, 2 horas. 60, looking. Ahora, no tomorrow. Licky. 60, 2 horas. Today. Tomorrow, no.
Okay. Today, no. Mañana, yeah. We'll see. Okay. Okay, gracias. All right, that was interesting. So this is the beginning of day 4 in Havana. Really my 3rd full day. And as you can see, just all kinds of classic American cars out here for hire. That guy was a tour guide, and he made some of the same jokes that I've already heard, like there's 2 million people in Havana, 1 million police, and 1 million poor people. There's a really nice 57. That's a 55 or 56, I think. And that's a 53 it has on the back window. So yeah, I just had breakfast at the hotel. I was supposed to have a free breakfast for my whole stay, but suddenly when you ask them about the free breakfast, they forget how to speak any semblance of English. Oh, no, gracias.
Was a curry?
No, thank you.
Where are you going now, sir?
No, thank you.
Where are you from, man?
Florida.
Florida?
Yeah.
Oh, USA?
Yes.
Where are you going now, sir?
Walking.
Just walking around?
Yeah.
This way, around the city?
Oh, there. There. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So again, the trick, never break stride. Because if you stop, they got you. So just kind of keep going. But look at these beautiful old cars. They're just crazy how nice they are. What is this? An old Ford? I don't really know my Fords very well, but I'm guessing a late 50s Volkswagen Bug. What is that, a Ford Fairlane? Not to be confused with the Andrew Dice Clay movie. So, kind of the plan today is, I'm in Old Havana now, and the plan is to find my way to New Havana. And according to the map, if I simply follow the shoreline around the bay, that it'll get me there. So it's kind of an elongated path because it takes angles that are probably a little bit longer than if I cut through city streets, but since I really don't know the streets, I will just take the scenic route. It's supposed to be about 3 miles, and it's, what time is it here now? It's almost 11:30 here now, so I think you're probably, I don't know, 1-ish. I should get there, and then maybe I'll take a taxi back, depending on how my feet are feeling. But yeah, I don't know what that used to be up there on the hill. I think I recorded this the other day. Either some kind of military installment, which would make sense because it's got elevation, or some kind of prison. I don't know. Definitely not Alcatraz, because the swim isn't too far, and the water is significantly warmer here than it would be in the San Francisco Bay. So last night I went to this place for dinner where the hype man was outside during the day, and I told him I'd come back for dinner because the place looked pretty cool. So I go in, and not a whole lot of people in there, but really, really cool place. So I get the menu, and my experience thus far with beef has not been that good because it's kind of tasted like, well, I don't know, it's kind of chewed like if you were to bite into the sole of your tennis shoe. Definitely not tender, and definitely not very appetizing. So I ordered a relleno, and I was kind of expecting, I don't know, something like you would get it back in the States when you order like a chili relleno. It's kind of like a battered, fried chili. No, it was a big dollop of rice and a handful of fried or sauteed vegetables. That's a relleno there. I ordered a langosta enchilada, a lobster enchilada. So I was expecting, you know, I guess what anybody would expect who knows what an enchilada is. Oh, look at this guy, he's got a Gucci bag. I'm sure it's legit. The Gucci backpack. The logo is wrong. But he feels good about it. The lobster enchilada, again, expecting hunks of lobster folded in a tortilla in a lobster shape. I'm sorry, in an enchilada shape. No. It was a round pot, or a round dish with a lip. So think if you ordered fajitas from, I don't know, a restaurant that sells fajitas. Like, think back to like Chevy's, when Chevy's was around, or, you know, a nicer sit-down Mexican place. Diced and sliced lobster tail, so shell still on, but sliced into, I don't know, maybe 10 pieces with sauce, and sliced carrots about 1/8 of an inch thick. Not what I was expecting, but both of them were really, really good. So I took the sauce in with the lobster, and I poured it over the rice and the vegetables, And that was really good. The sauce was excellent. And then I would like have a bite of the lobster and a little bit of the rice and a little bit of the veggies and keep going. So it was actually, again, not what I was expecting, but pretty darn good. The two guys in the restaurant that worked there, really cool guys. You know, again, no ulterior motives other than probably like a really good tip. First guy was somebody probably, now that's the kind of taxi I would take. First guy was a little bit older, and we started talking about music. And by the way, you know, all the books that I read said nobody here speaks any English. Everybody I've talked to, for the most part, in, you know, a service-oriented situation that deals with tourists, their English is 10 times better than my Spanish. So all the guidebooks and the tour books are wrong. Forget about what you read in Lonely Planet, because maybe they're talking about like life in the barrio, but when you're dealing with people in the service industry, and again, even people hawking on the street, their English is pretty darn good. I mean, survivable in the States. If they were to get off the boat tomorrow, they could survive. So anyways, I'm talking to this guy about music, and you know, he's telling me that his favorite music, American music, is from the 70s and 80s. So I asked him, I said, so how did you hear the American music? And he said, I'd be over at my friend's house playing dominoes, and they had a radio, and they could get the signal coming in from Miami at night. Makes total sense. So he was kind of giving me the usuals, you know, Celebration by Kool and the Gang, blah, blah, blah. And then he kind of comes in from left field. And he goes, I really like Guy. And I said, Teddy Riley? Oh my God, you know Teddy Riley? Sure, I know Teddy Riley. I Like, my favorite song by Guy. And then he starts singing I Like. So, okay, blown away. Then he starts bringing up the Gap Band and Charlie Wilson and Consumption. And I throw out El DeBarge and a lot of the concerts that I saw over the years at Kimball's in Emeryville in the Bay Area. And Cameo. And then he says, I love Bobby McFerrin. And he starts singing Don't Worry, Be Happy. So, just crazy. And then the other guy, a little bit younger, way too hip. You know, he's got the little goatee thing going, the earrings. He's got frosted hair, pants a little bit too tight that are a little bit too bright with rips in all the wrong places. But I guess it's, you know, high fashion here. Anyway, so he was telling me about his son who is 18 and moved to Miami with his mom. And he's saying that, you know, he hopes that somehow his son is going to be able to sponsor him over there in the next few years. And, you know, I look at a guy like him, and he's everything you want in an immigrant. I mean, he already speaks a little bit of English, works hard, ambitious, and all he really wants is a shot. You know, he's not looking for a handout, a freebie, a hotel in New York with food they won't eat. he's not looking for anything like that. He's just looking for a chance, an opportunity, a shot. And, you know, I respect that. Is the guy a hustler? Yeah, you gotta be here. And again, I'm okay with that, because they're not robbing you. They're just trying to hustle a little bit and get ahead, because I'm sure whatever they make in the restaurant is probably doubled by what they make in tips. So again, not judging, not, you know, nothing like that, but again, I mean, this is the type of person, or these are the type of people that you want coming into the States, that they want to be there to work and try and, you know, chase the American dream rather than, you know, chasing the American taxpayer. So anyways, off of my political high horse here. So I kind of made the turn where I'm getting into what looks like the newer Havana over there. So the Paseo del Prado Royalton. So I'm guessing that this is the same Royalton chain that's in Midtown New York, Midtown Manhattan, on I think 43rd Street, that I've stayed at before. In New York, it's a 4.5-star hotel where if you go during the summer season, it's absurdly expensive. If you go there in the winter months, say January, February, after the holidays, you can get an amazing room there for $150 a night. It's crazy. So these buildings here on the left, I'm guessing, based on the buildings around them, are next on the list for rehabilitation. And I see somebody upstairs on that building over there is hanging out their laundry, so I don't know if these people are going to be displaced or what the actual plan is, but as you can see, this is prime real estate. I mean, waterfront view, city view, and maybe look across the street and you have buildings that are in kind of dilapidated conditions, or in the case of the building I'm coming up on, looks like something you see in a newsreel from, I don't know, pick your country, like war-torn Ukraine or something, where all that's really in there is just rubble and not a whole lot else. Now this building is pretty interesting, and maybe this is where the architects of Taipei 101 got their inspiration from. Kind of looking like it's stacked bottom to top. If you've ever been to Taipei 101, if you happen to Google it, and it was or is at one point in time the tallest building in the world, and it looks like stacked crates for, I don't know, 1,400 feet high, something like that. And again, you've got more dilapidated buildings over here that, you know, as we say in the States, the building probably has really good bones, but needs an extreme makeover. And this one's got some scaffolding out in front, but the scaffolding looks pretty old. The wood out front just looks old, and I can't imagine somebody actually climbing up there and expecting it to be sturdy enough to hold you. So, anyways, always walking along here, and I've probably got another, I don't know, 1.5 miles, 2 miles to make it over to the big buildings. So I'll check back with you in a little bit.